I like to make walks in the morning time, yeah, with my legs. And I was walking this morning, yeah, around here, and I see two guys. They are, I think they are hobos, men of the streets, and they are making an argue, fight, not with fisties, with mouthies, yeah, just very rude and things. And then one man say, "Man, suck my dick." What?
Hey guys, this is like a daily update. I want to show you what I've been working on for the past day. I've been working on version 0.9.4 of Acme. That's an accident, I didn't mean to do that. So I have 3 versions here I want to show off today. This was the old version. It does a few things differently. I'll show it off here. If you've seen any of my live streams, then this part should it shouldn't be any difference to you. It shouldn't be new to you, I mean. So 0.9.3. So he's pretty much fully sprited in 0.9.3. And you can go fast, right? I haven't changed any of his like abilities or things. He goes exact same speed. All of his biddies behave the same. You know, he has the dodge, the roll. He has the parry, or I failed the parry. He has the parry, there you go. And he still has his time stop teleport, which I got criticism earlier because the teleport consumes lives. On top of consuming lives, you also can't pick up any rings as this character. I'll show you why. I'll show you why it costs lives right now. It's more of an overpowered ability than some people would think at first. So let's go to Egg Rock Zone Act 2. Right? Teleport means in the Doom engine, whenever you teleport, what happens is, because it's hard to explain, because of the way layers work in the Doom engine, you can't have things stack on top of each other, at least typically. I think Sonic Roboblast 2 actually does this quite a lot, but it's a very hacky. When you do it in Sonic Roboblast 2, it's very hacky. Even the build engine way back, you'll know it for games like Blood and Duke Nukem. Even there, it was very hacky, and honestly, even Quake, the way Quake does it, it's pretty hacky. You know, getting rooms to layer on top of each other, it just doesn't work so well. So with that in mind, whenever you do a teleport and there's no ground where you would teleport, but there's ground above it, you will instantly teleport up. You just go up. And this works here too. You will go up. So this basically counters any sort of, you know, it counters a lot, alright? And you might wonder, why did I include it at all if it's so broken? Well, the reason is because I think it's balanced the way it is. It costs lives to do. So the only chance you'd be comfortable doing it is if you know that you would die more if you didn't do it. Or if maybe in previous levels, you've accumulated enough lives that it doesn't matter too much. So this does a few things really. In multiplayer, that's what I'm thinking about consistently. In a multiplayer scenario, any potential Acme players, they'll be kind of fighting over lives in the level, and that's really a core principle of this character, is that you'll want to explore. You want to explore the levels and get lives, even though you could do the level very fast. You can explore and get lives. And it gives you a reason to explore. You need the shields now because you can't just tank hits infinitely. These shields are very important to any potential Acme players in multiplayer. Of course, this character probably won't be played in multiplayer, but I'm still thinking about it that way. I think it's a good like set of, I don't know what to call it, set of principles to hold up. But it would be unfun if the super fast character, because he's so fast, if he's hugging up, slots from, inferior characters. Inferior as in not as fast. Characters like Extreme Sonic, and I can't think of any other ones I like. So, how do you handle that problem? I think the way you handle that problem is you make his speed take skill, and you make it take time, and you make it take effort. That's why you die in one hit. That's why the teleport costs lives. If I just give myself more lives here, do you want to see what you can do in Egrock Act 2? I'll even retry the level. So you retry the level, you hop up here, you can teleport through this wall. You teleported through the wall, and now you're at the end of the level. Yeah. I'll play through that level later. We're gonna record that. It took like 6-7 seconds. I wasn't paying attention. I typically, if I do that, I do it in like 6 seconds. So yeah. That's it. But yeah, that's the character in 0.9.3, and that's his abilities. Now, you notice this 4 file looks different. I renamed the momentum file to properties file because now this file it doesn't just handle momentum, it handles general properties. I'll show them off right now, actually. So if you keep in mind what the gameplay looked like before was 0.9.3, and I'll show you what it looks like right now with 0.9.4. This is what I was working on yesterday. Alright. I'm not good at this game. So already you might notice when you go fast, the camera pulls back and there's some wind particles that come. This update is... I'm considering it a visual flare update. Although, I'm probably going to end up changing things. But yeah, I'm not targeting any core abilities right now. On top of that, you may have noticed something else. The angle of Acme sprites now, they go along with the angle of the surface he's on. Because SRB2, Sonic Robo Blast 2, version 2.2, they added slopes into the game. The game used to not have slopes in version 2.2 or 2.1. So now that we have slopes, we can do a bunch of things. And there's another map where I can show this off even better in 2D. And I can talk about some things I'm planning on doing with 2D Acme in the future. You might have also noticed when I jump, I have a little transitory front flip. I have plans for this. I'm not entirely satisfied with it. I'd like to change it a little bit. I'll talk about that right now. So right now, the way that this is done is creating a separate animation called Acme Flip, and creating creating the state of the Acme Flip, and that plays the roll, and it plays it for a set amount of frames, and then it'll automatically go to S-play fall, which that's the animation that comes when you fall. I'll talk about the roll animation here. So this is the roll. Something that I don't like that shows up in the animation that I would like to get rid of it just for that one animation, is these two frames here. I believe it's roll C0 and roll F0. These are good when you're like playing a more traditional character that spins when they jump automatically. It's better on those characters because it adds visual flair. It indicates that you do damage, and I want that to be the same case with Acme, because the roll, it's vanity. You know, this doesn't actually, when you're rolling in this state, you don't do damage still, and I want to be able to convey that, so that I guess newer players don't get so easily confused. And I think the best way to convey that would just be have him do a literal flip instead of playing the whole roll animation. That was weird. I guess that's a bug. I guess if you roll and then you do a wall jump, get closer. Anyway, yeah, that's something I'd like to change. I'd like to get rid of the flashing. Yep, that works. So if you roll, and then in the middle of your roll, alright, I can fix that. That'll be an easy fix. Hey, sorry, my bad. So yeah, this is the character. He has some visual flair now. I think he looks a lot more lively. I have other things planned though. And I guess now's a good time to talk about the things I planned for, maybe not next update, but for a future update. The reason I don't say next update is because I might actually not be able to right now. I might have to do other things first. And this is a good time to talk about my testing branch of 0.9.3, my bad. So you'll notice, for ease of use, I have multiple Lua files, and they all separate between Acme's, I guess, all of the button presses for Acme, and then there's one file that houses everything that's not a button press. So for the jump ability, you have, right now it's just his wall jump. I plan on doing something else with this later though. And for this gives him a spin dash, and this gives him his ability to roll in midair. Custom 3, that's his teleport. Custom 2, that's the function for dodge rolling. I could really make this more efficient, but I've done so much with this already. And this is what controls his peel out. I have a lot of plans for this. I think you guys are gonna like what I have in store. But yeah, I think this is the best way to approach all of this for beginners. And I'm going to release a version of Acme called Acme version 1.0 dash educational. In that version of Acme it's gonna be filled with comments, and it's gonna have a lot of things basically explaining what to do. And I'm gonna release a series of videos explaining what everything in the file does, so that people can best understand what's going on. I want this character to sort of, I see it as an opportunity for me to like break down the sort of wall that SRB2 has. It's not very easy to get into, modding a character for this game. And I don't think that's because it's actually hard. I think it's because for some reason the information just isn't made readily. It's not made easily digestible for people who aren't programmers. And I think I can help with that. Anyway, so you might wonder why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this because the testing branch, it condenses everything. The goal is to condense everything into just one file. Right now I have it down to just 2 files. Sorry. So with all of this down to just 2 files, this will give me an opportunity, an example of something I want to do is, if I can find it, right here. I have a variable called max speed, and that's declared here. Local max speed equals 2. I'll show off what this does. So normally, when you just run with Acme, he'll do this. You know, he'll only go this fast, and he will only go this fast. This is his top normal speed. This is what it's set in the sock file. This is very easy for... This makes platforming very easy. You know, you're not going to have trouble platforming with this guy. It's just as simple as that. You will not have a hard time platforming. If you do, that is skill issue. That is not me. You say, oh, the character's too fast. You can't control it. No, it's your skill issue. Alright, this is not too fast. Alright? What this value does is, you know, we have this variable sustain, and this is indicated by this. It's indicated by his max speed. That's the amount of speed that if you get it, you can maintain. And your speed won't go down. That is, of course, you know, not given. Friction when you land, friction just in the world, and, you know, wind in player levels. So even though his normal speed is set to something lower, you can go this fast. In my opinion, it's very good. I think this is probably the best way to handle a character's speed. I'm going to be using this function a lot. And I mean a lot. I find this so fun. I think this is perfect for a Sonic game. Is just running, you can only achieve a certain speed, but you can use other means. But anyway. So, you might notice I have some checks here to see if the player's going above 60 frac units. And what that does, that's what makes the ghosts, and that's what lets you run on water. You know, when I say the ghosts, I'm talking about the trail you get. Right? Something I would really like to do is tie this variable to whether or not you're going 60 frac units. So that as you're going more than 60 frac units, the maximum amount of speed that you can maintain is increased. I think that'll work very well. So that the longer that you're going fast, the faster you'll go. You might wonder, well, the character's already so fast. Why would you want him to go any faster? Well, I'll explain. You see, the character is he's not actually fast enough. I've noticed. So there's an add-on here that I've been using to test his speed. There's 2 add-ons. There's Green Flower Zone 1 Ultra Thick. Alright, and you'll notice his maximum speed now is suddenly much less impressive. much less impressive. And with a level as big as this, you quickly figure out what the meta for Acme is. What's the meta for maximum speed? Well, the meta for maximum speed, you'd think it would just be spamming custom 1, getting that constant speed boost. And while that's fast, sure, that's not actually the meta. That's not actually what's fastest. I accidentally just revealed what's fastest just there. I'll tell you what's fastest right now. Do you see now? So yeah, that's it. It's rolling. Because rolling, your speed is entirely uncapped. Your speed is not capped at all while you roll. And I don't hate fun actually. I really like this. I think it makes sense. I think it's a nice callback to previous games. You see, whenever you'd go fast, like there would be speed sections in Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And in these sections you could run, right? But in my opinion, it was optimal to roll in these sections. It's just because, you know, what if you run into an enemy, you know? You don't want to run face first into an enemy. So, I want to keep this. I like that this is sort of the meta. You basically have 3 tiers of speed. I like the meta where you have to roll and you can just go as fast as you want while you roll and you have the speed. But, you know, not all people are going to play like that and they still want to achieve those high speeds. That's why I think that with a different implementation, you could, over time, gain speed the longer you're able to maintain speed, the faster you'll go. And I think that's a good way to implement this. You just saw a frame of placeholder. Right, these running animations aren't finished. You may have noticed. But I told you. But yeah, that's just about it for today's update on Acme. Just to recap over what we've done today, I showed off in this update and added a lot of visual play. Added visual play, camera zoom, speed win. What else have I added? I've fixed a few bugs, and I've shown off my plans for the future. Alright. And that's it. That's today's update on what I've been working on. I'll get back to work.